We all know what it feels like to be proud. You feel it when your child takes their first step. You feel it when you finally finish a project that took everything you had. That is a beautiful, healthy pride. It's the kind of pride that comes from accomplishment, from effort, and from love. It fills you up from the inside out. It connects you to the people around you in a celebration of shared joy and hard work. This is the pride of self-respect, the quiet confidence that says, I did my best, and my best is enough. It is a warm, glowing light, not a scorching fire. It allows you to see the good in yourself without needing to diminish the light in anyone else. But there is another kind of pride, a darker, colder version. This is the pride that whispers you are better than others. It's a disease of the spirit that creates walls instead of bridges. It's the ego that insists on being right, even when it costs you a relationship. It's the voice that compares your life to the curated perfection you see on social media and leaves you feeling empty or superior. This destructive pride is a lonely island. It isolates you. It tells you that admitting a mistake is a sign of weakness, and asking for help means you have failed. This is the pride that hardens hearts and closes minds, leaving no room for growth, connection, or true peace. This second kind of pride is sneaky. It doesn't announce itself. Instead, it often disguises itself as something else entirely. It can show up as hurt feelings when someone offers you advice, making you feel attacked instead of supported. It can manifest as a constant need to compare your successes, your home, or even your children to others, always measuring and judging. In our spiritual lives, it can turn faith into rigid rules, where following tradition becomes more important than loving the people right in front of you. It's the secret belief that our way is the only way, and everyone else is simply wrong. This pride is a thief, stealing our joy and our ability to connect authentically with one another. We see it everywhere once we start looking. It's in the argument with a loved one where you refuse to say, I'm sorry, because you're clinging to the need to be right. It is in the silent judgment we pass on a stranger's choices. It's in the defensiveness that flares up when we receive gentle correction. This pride creates a spiritual sickness that leaves us feeling emotionally exhausted, even when we have all the outward signs of success. We can have the car, the house, and the title, but if our hearts are ruled by this kind of pride, we will always feel a deep, unshakable emptiness inside. It promises power but delivers only isolation. American culture is built on a powerful story of independence and self-reliance. We are taught to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, to be a self-made person. These are wonderful ideals that have fueled incredible innovation and strength. However, somewhere along the way, we started to confuse healthy self-confidence with a rebellious ego. The message has become, trust no one but yourself. Listen to no authority but your own desires, and never ever let anyone see you bend. We celebrate the rebel, the lone wolf, the person who breaks all the rules to get to the top. But is that true strength, or is it a fear of being vulnerable? This confusion shows up so clearly in our daily lives. On social media, we build highlight reels of our existence, carefully curating an image of effortless success. We post our wins, but hide our struggles. This creates a culture of comparison, where everyone feels like they are falling behind. In our relationships, this pride makes it difficult to be truly intimate. We hold back parts of ourselves, afraid that if our partner saw our flaws, they would reject us. We fight to win arguments instead of fighting to understand each other. The ego demands victory, but the heart yearns for connection, and you cannot have both at the same time. This prideful spirit tells us that we are the captains of our own ship, the masters of our own destiny, beholden to no one. It sounds so empowering, doesn't it? But this mindset can lead to a profound spiritual loneliness. It can make us believe that we don't need guidance, wisdom, or a higher power. We might even look at ancient wisdom or religious commandments as outdated rules meant to control us, rather than as loving guidance meant to protect us. This rebellion against any form of authority, whether it's a mentor, a spiritual text, or a community elder, can leave us adrift, navigating the treacherous waters of life all by ourselves. True freedom, the kind your soul craves, does not come from this kind of defiant independence. It doesn't come from proving you need no one. Real freedom comes from humility. It comes from the strength to say, I don't know, I need help, or I was wrong. It's the courage to be obedient to something greater than your own fleeting ego, whether you call that God, universal love, or a deep sense of moral purpose. This obedience isn't about blind submission. It's about willingly aligning yourself with principles of kindness, compassion, and truth. It's choosing a life of virtue and discipline not because you have to, but because you want to live in the light. Many of us hear the word commandment and we immediately tense up. We think of a long list of thou shalt nots, a set of restrictive rules designed to take away our fun and limit our freedom. But I want to invite you to see them in a new light. What if commandments are not a cage but a mirror? What if their true purpose is to show us what is happening inside our own hearts? When we feel a strong resistance to a principle like forgive others or do not covet, that resistance is the mirror showing us where pride has taken root. It's a divine diagnostic tool for the soul. Let's look at the symptoms this mirror can reveal. One of the biggest signs of destructive pride is an unwillingness to listen. You're in a conversation, but you're not really hearing the other person. You're just waiting for your turn to speak, to prove your point. Another symptom is refusing to accept correction. If your first instinct is to get defensive or blame someone else when a mistake is pointed out, pride is likely in the driver's seat. It's the voice that says, "How dare they?" instead of, "Is there some truth here I need to see?" This defensiveness robs you of the chance to learn and grow. Another powerful symptom is that feeling of emotional emptiness, even when your life looks perfect on the outside. You achieve a goal you've been chasing for years, and for a moment you feel a rush, but it quickly fades, leaving you searching for the next big thing to make you feel whole. This is the endless hamster wheel of the ego. Pride is never satisfied. It always wants more recognition, more possessions, more validation. It promises fulfillment, but offers only a temporary fix, because it is looking for worth in all the wrong places. True, lasting joy is an inside job, and it cannot coexist with a heart full of pride. So, what is the cure for this spiritual sickness? The answer is as simple as it is profound: humility and obedience. Humility is not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less. It's the quiet confidence that allows you to celebrate others' successes without feeling threatened. It's the grace to admit when you are wrong, and the wisdom to seek guidance. Obedience in this sense means choosing to follow the timeless virtues of love, forgiveness, and service. It's a conscious decision to let your actions be guided by demands. This is the path to healing. Choosing humility is an active, daily practice. It begins with small, intentional steps. The first step is to start listening, truly listening. The next time you are in a conversation, make it your goal to understand the other person's perspective before you even think about formulating your own response. Ask questions. Be curious. This simple act can transform your relationships. Another powerful step is to practice gratitude. Instead of focusing on what you lack, spend a few minutes each day acknowledging what you have. Gratitude is the natural enemy of prideful comparison. It shifts your focus from a place of scarcity to a place of abundance. Next, we must learn to embrace correction as a gift. When someone offers you feedback, take a deep breath. Resist the urge to defend yourself immediately. Instead, say, "Thank you for telling me that. I'm going to think about it." This doesn't mean you have to agree with every criticism, but it opens you up to the possibility of growth. Finding a mentor or a trusted friend who can speak truth into your life with love is invaluable. We all have blind spots. Humility is having the courage to let someone else help you see what you cannot see on your own. This is not weakness. This is the ultimate strength. This journey of choosing virtue, discipline, and faith over ego is the most important work any of us will ever do. It's a commitment to tending the garden of our own soul. It means choosing the long-term peace of a clear conscience over the short-term thrill of being right. It means finding your worth not in applause or accolades, but in the quiet knowledge that you are living a life of purpose and integrity. It is the decision to serve something greater than yourself, to connect with humanity, and to walk in the light of love. This is where true, unshakable self-worth is born. Imagine what could happen if we all started this work. Imagine if we, as individuals, began to let go of our pride. Our families would be filled with more grace and less judgment. Our workplaces would become centers of collaboration instead of competition. Our communities would be places of support, not division. This is not just a personal healing, it is a national one. America's true strength is not in its defiant ego, but in its capacity for heart. Let's begin today. Let's choose humility. Let's start the beautiful, life-giving work of healing ourselves, and in doing so, healing the soul of our nation.
I can't believe that you came into my life. You made me feel